Executive Mayor MM and you are in Torrich. And the petitioner, Mr. Matodzi, good morning also. And good morning, honorable members and support staff. We have to start with our meeting. Let me officially open this meeting and welcome all honorable members present in this meeting and support staff. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome the Executive Mayor of Embe, Councillor Frida Nkondo, and the Municipal Manager and your team, and the petitioner, Mr. Matodzi. You are also welcome. I think it will be proper that we proceed before we go to item number 2. I will quickly introduce honorable members so that you know them. But just before I do that, let me indicate that this is the Standing Committee on Public Participation and Petition. The Standing Committee of the Limpopo Legislature that deals with public participation and petition. I'm the chair of the Standing Committee. My name is Maurice Matabuche, the chair of the committee. On my right, it's Honorable Mukaba. Then on the next to Honorable Mukaba, it's Honorable Sipuru. Next to Honorable Sipuru, it's Honorable Motlope. Next to Honorable Motlope, it's Honorable Chivase. Next to Honorable Chivase, it's Honorable Dr. Selane. And next to Honorable Dr. Selane, it's Honorable Marx. These are the members of the Standing Committee that are here. Honorable Machete is still outside. You will see him only when he comes back. Coordinator, can you quickly introduce the support staff so that...
Thank you very much, Chair. From the committee support staff, starting with myself, I'm Bula Ragnwana, the coordinator for the committee. And then we have Mrs. Malachi here, who is our unit manager, Petitions. We have Ndadumi Nyepao, who is our petitions officer. We have Mrs. Haram Setatsai, who is our unit manager, outreach programs. We have our researcher, Mema Semola, Emily. And then we have our legal advisor at this side. You'll see him, and Tate Kotza. We have Tate Chiru. You can see him. Tate Chiru is our manager, public participation unit. We have Tate Mawela from communications. We have Tate James, who is from IT. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Dr. Radingwana. Maybe I should then give the Executive Mayor an opportunity just to also to introduce your team.
Thank you, Chairperson of the Committee on Public Participation and Petitions, Limpopo Provincial Legislature, and all honorable your team as a collective, including all the officers and Mr. Matodzi. With me, I am the executive mayor of Vhembe District Municipality. With me, I've got the municipal manager, Mr. Kotama Norman, and also the GM, General Manager for Corporate, Ms. Deli Maputla. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive Mayor, for the introduction. And we have Mr. Matodzi, who's also the petitioner. For sure you know him. We also know him. He has been here several times, appearing before the standing committee. Now, in terms of Section 10 of the Petitions Act, number 4 of 2003, we normally, any person that appears before the committee, either as a witness, will then have to take an oath or an affirmation. So in this case, the executive mayor, she has taken an oath. There is no need for her to take an oath. I will request that your team, together with Mr. Matodzi, I would request you to stand up and so that you follow me as and when you'll be indicating your name, and you have been here several times now. I don't have to explain the process, and you are also familiar with it, and the general manager, Mr. Matodzi, because you have been here several times. I'll say your name and say name, and follow me as and when I'll be reading. Swear that I'll be truthful and honest to the Committee of the Limpopo Provincial Legislature. When giving evidence without any fear or favor, prejudice in accordance with the Limpopo Petitions Act, the Constitution, and other laws. So help me God. Thank you very much. Like I've said, Mr. Matodzi, as a petitioner, has actually appeared before the Standing Committee on Petitions and Public Participation. He wrote to us in terms of the Act, and we have actually, we know because we have his petition, and we have actually referred it to the respondent. In this case is the Vhembe District Municipality. Normally we have agreed in principle as the Standing Committee on Public Participation and Petitions, because we would prefer, as and when we deal with matters of this nature, to have the political head and the accounting officer of the institution, because we wanted people who could take decisions on behalf of the institution. That's why we have insisted that when the mayor, the first time on the appearance, there were junior officials from the municipality, but the committee felt that we can't entertain them because they can't take a decision on behalf of the institution. Then we decided that let's make sure that we also invite yourself as the executive mayor and the accounting officer, together with other senior managers of the institution, knowing very well that we'll be in a position to take decisions or make commitment on behalf of the institution. Now, part of our responsibility as the standing committee when we receive petitions, our interest is to mediate between the petitioner and the respondent to come closer and resolve issues. And now, because people have started to have confidence in the standing committee, because there are a number of people that wrote to the standing committee and their issues were resolved. There are a number of MECs that appeared before the standing committee on issues that affect their department, and they were able also to make commitment or resolve the issues at the best interest of the institutions together with the petitioner. It's unfortunate that you could not come as and when we invited you several times to appear before the standing committee. And the standing committee, just to be frank with you, felt being undermined when you could not appear before the standing committee. Now, in terms of the Act, the Petitions Act, section 10 of it, if we invite you and you can't come, we then invoke section 10, which we then have to subpoena you to appear before the standing committee. And section 11 of the very same act, I will request them just to also to share again with you, because we even requested the administrators to make sure that they also give you the copy of the act. Now, section 11, it's very clear, because if you don't come when you are subpoenaed to appear before, it's an offense by nature. Now, when it is an offense, it means that you can be imprisoned for not appearing before the standing committee, especially after we have unfolded the processes after the legislature has actually adopted our report, which is also the decision that the committee took to say, no, we then have to follow that route when we were not getting a cooperation after number of invitations and subpoenas that have been sent to your office. But we actually happy that this time you honored our invitation to this meeting to come and try to resolve the issues that is actually at the hand, which is actually Mr. Matodzi's issue. For sure you are familiar with the matter. We have tried also to engage with the administrative leadership in the last meeting. There was a councillor who came in, unfortunately, the MMC, who said she's actually representing you. We could not actually give her an opportunity because she could not even answer some of the questions that we have actually asked her, and amongst them was that, are you an acting mayor? Do you have a written letter that shows that you have been appointed as an executive mayor? She then said, no, I've not. I've been called this morning the executive mayor. She's actually attending an IDP meeting somewhere in Bemme. And we could not actually take that because when you are subpoenaed, you rather delegated to attend those meetings and appear before the committee. You rather delegate her to attend those meetings. So she could not be part of our meeting on the basis that we felt that the reasons because she was not duly appointed also as an executive mayor, but on the basis that you have been subpoenaed to this meeting, we could not even entertain that, and that was the main reason. Mr. Matodzi has actually appeared before the committee more than twice or thrice. And for sure, if I can just confirm that, Executive Mayor, are you familiar with the issue of Mr. Matodzi? Before we could proceed, Executive Mayor, Councillor Nkondo, are you familiar with the matter? Or just, we are live, I forgot to tell you, normally our meetings are live, and I think I must just inform you that we are live so that we should not take you by surprise.
The matter.
Maybe I should then, the honorable members, give the executive mayor opportunity just also to, because he's familiar and Mr. Matodzi has actually presented the matter to us several times. We should give the mayor an opportunity just also to hear how does she respond to the issues of Mr. Matodzi, if honorable members are in agreement with that approach. You can then proceed.
Thank you, Chair, once more, and honorable committee members, and the petitioner, Mr. Matodzi, and all officers, municipal manager and corporate general manager. Before I can start, honorable chairperson, let me first extend my deep and sincere apology to your honorable self, together with members of your esteemed Committee on Public Participation and Petition for my non-attendance to the hearing which was scheduled for Friday, the 7th of March, 2025. I've never at any given time undermined or looked down upon the work or the intention of this committee. It has, however, been made clear to me that my absence during that day of the hearing, and my non-availability as the witness duly subpoenaed by this honorable committee did not sit well with the chairperson and members of the committee. Though I had already requested to be given a second opportunity. Honorable Chairperson and members of the committee, really allow me to apologize to both your honorable selves and Mr. Matodzi Samye, the petitioner, for my absence on that particular day. As I've already said, it was never a sign of disrespect or undermining the authority of this honorable committee. I want to reiterate that I remain committed to assisting this committee to the best of my ability. And if possible, today I am here. I've availed myself to appear before this committee to give account of the facts. As I've already said, that I'm familiar with the issue of Matodzi Shabani, the petitioner. I was the speaker when I heard about this issue. So the background being that you know that our municipality was established in 20,000, and during that time, the workforce came from different department institutions. So Mr. Matodzi also joined the staff, but that time he was appointed as a chauffeur of the executive mayor. So between the year 2004 and 2008, which is in question, where Mr. Matodzi is petitioning, you'll agree with me that during that time, the municipality was paying overtime to its employees based on its overtime policy. This overtime policy limited overtime payment to not more than 30% of the basic employee salary. This, it is attached. We've got annexures. Annexure A explains everything. So during the year, in August 2012, Council took a resolution to exempt certain employees, our water tankers, the chauffeur of the executive mayor, protocol officer, and all firefighters personnel. Because of the nature of the work that they were doing, council resolution exempted them. They were paid 100%, and Mr. Matodzi benefited. But between 2004 and 2008, there was no council resolution except overtime policy and the Basic Conditions Employment Act, which was followed. So, because these people were doing overtime, council resolution exempted that, and I thought Mr. Matodzi is indeed a former employee who was also who benefited from this. And then that council resolution that was adopted by council in 2012, Auditor General picked up an issue that we are not complying in terms of the Basic Conditions Employment Act. And then council rescinded that resolution on May 2024. We rescinded that resolution following the Basic Conditions Act of employers. So there were, when you reached a threshold of 40 hours, after reaching the threshold, even if you are a chauffeur, a protocol officer, and all our water tankers and emergency service personnel, they were also falling within those ranks. So, as a municipality, looking at the nature of these people who are working overtime, we felt it's not a good. So we wrote a letter to SALGA asking for a waiver. So we are still waiting for the waiver from SALGA. Unfortunately, Mr. Matodzi, the petitioner, we worked with him since that time up to 2020 when he resigned. So as the political head of the institution, I had to follow the policies and also the Act, Basic Conditions Act, and resolutions of councils. Hence, I cannot say Mr. Matodzi will get the claims because there is nothing in the resolution that will make me to say let us pay him. Remember, since that time we had executive mayors who worked there, and they didn't pay that because of such silence of the policy during that time, 2024 up to 2028, which the petitioner is claiming. However, I feel pity for the petitioner, because when I was a speaker, I was also surprised as to why is the municipality not paying him. But after getting all the laws, policies, as you know that as local government, we are highly regulated by the legislation. So I deemed it necessary to let me also not find myself in a predicament where all other workers, because he was not the only one, will also want to be paid. And then the Auditor General also will pick it up as an irregular expenditure. Hence, there's nothing that I can say except that we are using laws and policies and council resolutions. Thank you, Chair.
But do you acknowledge that Mr. Matodzi was working those hours? Do you acknowledge that indeed he was working for those hours? Because you understand as the executive mayor, the work that are done by your drivers and or your chauffeurs, whatever you can name it. Do you acknowledge that indeed he has actually worked for that period?
Yes, indeed, I acknowledge that, because he's worked in those periods. Even now, my chauffeur and also protocol officer, they are falling within that. They are not getting overtime because of the council resolution and also the policies and the Basic Conditions Employees Act.
If I may ask why he was not being given time off, because you then know that he has actually worked those periods.
Thank you for that question. In the documents, Mr. Matodzi was told to take a time off during those times, but I've learned that he didn't agree of a time off. And another issue that I must state is that...
Just before you proceed, and how was that communicated to Mr. Matodzi, that he should be given time off? How was that communicated to him, Executive Mayor?
It was communicated to him through the documents that I had. I received from the municipality, that when you do something, it must be on paper that so and so. Hence, there is an annexure here that speaks to it, where the junior officer wrote a claim for Mr. Matodzi during that time. And the municipal manager and the general and the CFO, they were able to intervene on that note. Yeah, it's Annexure 3. It's Annexure 3. Paying that, which says that paying the above mentioned recommended amount will result in an audit query, since overtime payment is more than 30% of the salary. Possibility of giving the official time off should be considered. Provision was not made of the budget to cover the expenses.
I think the very same memo that you just read from our Executive Mayor, I think I have the copy of it, but that memo was not actually directed to Mr. Matodzi. Just go to, it was directed, it was from corporate services to municipal manager. I want anything that was directed to Mr. Matodzi, because the copy that I'm having of the dated 15 June 2011, it's from Corporate Services Department to the municipal manager.
Thank you, Chair. I'll request my team to assist the municipal manager and the corporate GM to assist on this issue.
Thank you very much, Honorable Executive Mayor, Honorable Chair and members. In line with the overtime policy, the communication thus was a correspondence from corporate services to the municipal manager via the office of the CFO, as recommended by the CFO. Duly illustrate that Mr. Matodzi was not the only official, as the executive mayor has pointed out, who was affected by this. And at that particular time, there was not budget provision for this. So as a result, this would have resulted into an irregular expenditure because there was no resolution and it was not covered as per the basic condition of employment and other resolutions of council.
Greetings to the chairperson of the committee, honorable members, the petitioner, Matodzi. Chair, allow me to answer that question, whether the communication was brought to Mr. Matodzi or not. As per our own investigation, Chair, like the executive mayor and the MMS indicated, you will recall that upon receiving this, we did our own research and investigation. Is, I hope, because we all took an oath, Mr. Matodzi will, in front of this committee, tell the truth that this memo, he was having it, was communicated, and like the executive mayor is indicated and the municipal manager, we had the four mentioned categories of employees that were affected by this kind of issue, wherein even the policy, when we adopt our own policies, the process, Honorable Chair, we do have consultation processes wherein we consult with all our employees, including the representative of unions in terms of the implementation of our policies. And even after the policies have been approved by council, the policies are distributed to all our employees, including the website, and the workshops are conducted with those policies. So in this regard, Chair, Mr. Matodzi, I confirm that he has the very same memo, and as per our own research, the communication was done. And it was not only him, there were some other employees that were mentioned by the executive mayor, which are the water tankers, the emergency workers that were the firefighters, the chauffeurs and the protocol officers that received the same communication. I thank you.
No, I see, and where I'm sitting, I see there's a memo. Now, what you are saying is that the matter was communicated to Mr. Matodzi. All what we want from yourselves is that how was that communicated to him? Yes, I understand issues of website. Not everybody can access website. But equally, if there is a number of employees that we're actually talking about, you are supposed to say, no, in terms of the research that we have done, these are the people that were affected by this day, and Mr. Matodzi was amongst them, and this is how we have communicated to them. But now, like where I'm sitting, the letter does not actually, the memo in actual fact is not addressed to Mr. Matodzi with due respect. It's addressed to the municipal manager. But how from the municipal manager was actually the matter communicated to Mr. Matodzi is an issue. And the onus now lies with you to say, no, you have proved that, we have communicated to him, we can take time off. And there's nothing that we could provide us with where we are sitting now. It's only memo that is not necessarily addressed to him. Honorable members, for sure you understand where I'm sitting now, because we understand the issues of irregular expenditures, all those things, because And we know I've said, some of us, we have been in local government for over 24 years. And I know also on how to address issues of irregular expenditures, because that cannot be used to disadvantage ordinary people. Honorable members, let me start with Honorable Marx, Honorable Dr. Slani, you would follow.
Is it on now? Thank you. To properly do my questioning, I would need to engage with the mayor and just test certain things. So first of all, I've read this letter of March 2025 addressed to the legislature, and you've attached Annexure 03. It's a memo dated 2011. It's correct, you were not there, not one of you. Now, it clearly says here, the amount outstanding for Mr. Matodzi is 345,000 rand for January 2005 to 2008. Is that correct? The amount is correct. Thank you.
Thanks very much. When the executive mayor was alluding to this memo, I think she indicated that this amount was written from the junior official. With this amount, we cannot confirm what informed that amount, Chair, because like I've indicated that we did research to in our records, just find out, Chair, whether we could get any claim form for the particular period dated 2004 until 2008, that then could confirm that indeed there was a claim that was submitted by Mr. Matodzi that then informed this amount of 82,345. Like you were indicating about the records, Chair, we couldn't find any records that then support this amount. We cannot confirm what informed this amount. Hence, after the junior officials wrote this amount, and then there was a general manager corporate services by then, who then made a comment also, followed by the CFO. So this amount, Chair, we could not even confirm whether it's correct or not, because there's no any supporting documents in terms of our record to support what informed this amount. Thank you very much.
From your office, from your institution, whether it was written but it's your document.
Yes.
Can you agree to that? It's your document.
Chair, thank you very much once more. I totally agree that this document was developed from our own municipality. Hence, like I indicated in the previous session, Chair, that when we joined the municipality, we inherit every problem that occurred, whether we were there or not. Hence, we did our best, Chair, just to check, because this document is, yes, indeed, is written by Vembe municipality. We cannot say we were not there, we're owning it. Then, in trying to resolve this, Chair, we tried our best to check from the payroll office, from the HR office. We thought at least we could get some forms wherein we could motivate, if we were maybe to motivate the forms that warranted this amount. And we couldn't find any document or any claim for that particular period. But what we found was the claims, as the EM was indicating, that they are not in question from 2012, wherein Mr. Matodzi was paid. So there is no any claim form that will say Mr. Matodzi for 2004 until 2008 submitted the claim, that then the person who developed the memo can say the amount was based on this one. But we confirm that yes, indeed, this document is from Vembe municipality.
The executive mayor, she has acknowledged that Indeed, Mr. Matodzi, Mr. Matodzi has actually worked for that period. That's what the executive mayor acknowledged. To say, indeed, I know the story, I know the matter, and I acknowledge that he has actually worked for that period, because he has actually taken from experience, because normally these people, they work very closely with the executive mayor. It might not be here by that, but that's somebody who was actually in office by that time. Because you remember executive mayor, you can call him at any time of the night, say, no, there's an emergency, I had to, or the following morning I had to go somewhere else. And I think we're actually doing the acknowledgement based on the understanding the nature of the work that they are doing.
Indeed, I've agreed that Mr. Matodzi has worked for overtime. And I've also reiterated that because of the nature of his work, I know, because I was the former speaker, and I had a chauffeur also who was working overtime. And I know about the issue of Matodzi, because as a speaker, he once told me. But then, when I became a mayor, it is when then what the GM is saying, it's recession, because in 2004 and 2008, there was a mayor and municipal managers who were responsible. But just because I have acknowledged the fact that Mr. Matodzi worked overtime, during that tenure, there is nothing that I can say, because there was no resolution. That is why in 2012, there was a resolution, because the municipality, they've acknowledged the work that these people were doing, especially even essential workers, doing overtime work while the Basic Conditions Act was saying that they must get overtime based on 30% of their salary. So it is then that the petitioner was reimbursed, was given money based on that resolution. They were getting 100%. I've already said that this issue was picked up by Auditor General. If Auditor General didn't pick it up, I think even those who are working now in our offices and all the essential workers will be getting 100% of overtime. But however, we are guided by legislation, by law and policies. Thank you.
Who was supervising him? Who was Mr. Matodzi reporting to that time?
During that time, when Mr. Matodzi was at work, I don't know who started. There was
if I'm a your driver, who does he report to?
Drivers.
Your driver.
My driver is reporting to the office of the municipal manager, because I don't deal with administration.
So the municipal manager at that time knew that Mr. Matodzi, as an accounting officer, was working this time of this overtime.
It is not. It is true, because we have also said that the nature of the work that Mr. Matodzi and others were doing, they were also working overtime. As an executive mayor, I know, because sometimes I work even at night and my driver is there. So it's overtime. And others, and even the protocol officer, I know of that. But they're not reporting directly to the office of the mayor.
No, I understand what we are saying, but I'm saying the accounting officer of the institution knew that Mr. Matodzi is working. the accounting officer knew the whereabouts and also approved the whereabouts of Mr. Matodzi?
That can be confirmed in annexure number 3, where the municipal manager also appended his signature that not approve. And GM Corporate Services, as a municipality, all senior managers, they work together under the municipal manager. So the municipal manager knew about this thing, hence the rescinding of the resolution. If the municipal manager was not aware, there will be no such resolution that was rescinded. So he knew.
Okay. Maybe just before Honorable Marx, I just interjected to proceed because I wanted to get clarity on certain things.
Thank you, Chair. I think yours is still on. Thank you, Chair. So, just to coming back before the Chair sidetracked me a little bit there. So in essence, you could not find anything in your offices that showed that the amount of 345 is not correct, because you were not there. In other words, if this memo is the official records, and that's the only document, then for this purposes we must accept that the amount was correct, because it's an official memo. Now, the next thing is, on 20 June, corporate services do the following. The advice is the following. Paying the above-mentioned recommendation will result in an audit query, since the overtime is more than 30%. That's in 2011. And then the municipal manager is acting at the time, not approved CFO comments, whatever that may mean. Now, in essence, the amount is not in dispute by these two officials, you agree? That would mean that the only issue is, yes, we accept the correctness of the amount, however, it will trigger a query. However, in 2012, you then take a decision, a council resolution, where you say, well, we're going to override the 30%. Is that correct so far? Please stop me if I'm wrong. Just want to get the chronology right. Now,
the first question, on the basis of the amount and the memo as official document, I will suggest, Chair, through you, humbly requesting that the memo is not only about the background, but also on the recommendations. So when we consider the memo and the amount, I think it will be fair, Chair, if also the full memo be considered, which is the recommendation from Corporate Services, General Manager, and the municipal manager that is not approved. Yes, hence I'm saying it is an official document, but the comment by the senior officials of the organization is clearly indicating on the basis of the budget that was not there to cover that, and also that the incumbent or the petitioner was then advised to take a leave.
I think you missed the point. The amount is 345,000 rand. Whether or not it should be paid or not is not a question. The calculation of that amount is not in dispute, because the recommendations say it is rejected for something else due to budget. But there's nothing in your records that show the calculation is correct. So I just want to put that aside. The 345,000 rand was not the reason for rejection. The corporate service didn't say we reject it because it should be 100,000 or 120,000 or 20,000. The sole reason was at the time, yes, we see it's 345, but it will create an audit query. I just want us to confirm before I can. Remember, this is not a court of law. We're not going to tell you must pay or not pay. Obviously, there are prescription and your basic conditions and all those things. I just want to know the facts for now. Because what we're trying to do is to get a handshake if possible. But we can only try and encourage the parties to get to a handshake if we really know the sequence of events. So when I ask questions, I'm not trying to catch you out or anything. I want to make sure we understand the sequence. Thank you.
Chair, through you, if we check the statement to say the amount requested is more than 30% of the salary minimum, it was not informed because by then the overtime to be paid was supposed to be a threshold of 30%. So minimum, this amount, it was not informed as it was over 30% in terms of this memo, Chair. Thank you.
But I think you are missing a point. The issue here is that you don't, the recommendations here or the comments does not dispute the amount here. It only says it's over 30%. The reality is that the amount might be correct, but you can't pay beyond 30%. That's what the recommendation says here.
1 million rand, just for example. 30% of 1 million is 300,000 rand. Then he shouldn't get 345,000 rand, but he should get 300,000 rand, for argument's sake. That is the point I want to make. But currently, the amount is 345,000 rand. Whether or not it's in line with the 30% or not, that's not the question that I'm asking you. Can we at least agree? The amount claimed was 345,000 rand. The calculation was correct. However, that correct amount will be over the 30%. That's the question I'm asking.
We cannot confirm whether the amount was correct or not because there were no any claim form to support the amount. Thank you.
So then we must accept this amount is correct because you don't have anything else to counter this amount. Right, now if I can continue. Then in 2012, you take a council resolution, you've marked it as Annexure 04. In essence, you say you can now pay certain employees over the 30% mark. Is that correct? In 2012?
Yes, Chair. That's when the council, realizing what the executive mayor was indicating, the type of work, the item was taken to council in 2012 in August to say, due to the nature of the work, let's allow to pay over 30%.
Thank you.
Yes, that's correct.
So now the whole argument of the 2011 resolution falls away. Because you now got the council resolution to say that 345, previously it was more than 30%. But now with your 2012 resolution, it doesn't matter. You agree?
Chair,
I'm not with 2024 yet. I'm still on 2012 now.
from 2012, Chair, as you indicated, to say the period in question is between 2004 and 2008. Hence, from 2012 going until the petitioner resigned, there's no query. So the query in question is between 2004 and 2008, wherein there was no council resolution to support the amount to be paid over 30%. Yes.
No.
And before that, and when the resolution was taken into effect, remember, when we implement any resolution for law, we don't implement it retrospectively. It means that from the date of council going forward, then that's when, Chair, I think saving a funny sound, apologies, from 2012 going up to other years until it was then rescinded, that's when the over 30% was paid. So from 2012, there's no query about the payment for Mr. Matodzi. Thank you.
Now you see, you've anticipated my question, the following, because you say it doesn't work backwards, but that's not what your resolution say. Go to your resolution. It say, council considered, there's nothing to say it's not working backwards or forwards. It's silent on that aspect. It says the following. Council consider the recommendation of water tankers, mayoral driver, protocol officer, it obviously include the petitioner, be allowed to claim more than 50% of the monthly salary if work to a particular value has been carried out. It does not say, as from 2012 forward. It clearly refers to there was a problem in your municipality with people doing the job, because it's not denied that he did the job. He was there. He did work overtime to the value of 345,000 rand. You identify an issue in your municipality, not you, your predecessors. And now you take a resolution and say, well, we've identified this problem, let's correct it by a council resolution. So personally, I disagree that it was not working. That was the whole purpose of this resolution. Be that as it may, and you can respond to that after I've finished. I got serious doubt that it is not working backwards, because in my opinion, that is the 2012. Do you have any comments on that so far?
Maybe as in when you respond, you spoke about the council resolution that allows them before 2006. There was a council that you spoke about. Which council resolution were you talking about? No, there was another council resolution that you spoke about that allows people also, because you indicated that he was paid before.
Chair, the council resolution that we are talking about in question was the one that was taken in 2012. And then, before, Chair, when we take a council item and it gets approved, the implementation starts on the date of approval and is not implemented retrospectively. I think that's common law, Chair. Thank you.
You still want to ask questions, you can proceed.
So you say it doesn't work backwards, and according to you it's common law. Now that's obviously debatable. Now, if I understand you correctly, you say because of this only works forward as from 2012. That's now the end of the matter. Do I understand you correctly? So in other words, sorry. You're saying to some sorry in 2012. That is the view. Is that your point? Because there was no resolution prior to 2012 to override the 30%, and he didn't claim from 2012. That means that's the end of the matter. Is that your view? So you say, according to you, only in 2012 do you make a resolution to say, as from 2012, we will override the 30%. Okay? You say it does not work backwards. So in essence, what you're saying is, yes, he did work, but sorry, there was not a resolution prior to 2012, and therefore we're not going to pay you. Is that correct? Is that your view?
Let's check if you have the same document. Let's check it, paragraph number 8, Chair.
8.1.1. Just listen to the question. It's not a difficult question. And I'm just working on what you're saying. I'm not trying to catch you out or anything. I want to understand what happened. So in 2012, you take a resolution. Your view is it did not work arrest protective, which I accept for this argument. Right? That means this claim by Mr. Matodzi does not fall within this resolution. It's not covered by this resolution. Is that your view? His claim of 2004 to 2008 is not included with this resolution. It's not helping him. That's your view.
That's how it is, not a view, Chair.
Thank you.
In 2012, Mr. Matodzi was covered by the resolution. Prior 2012, the resolution was not there.
Thank you. I understand it. I still say it's your view, but you will see why now. Now, if this is the case, and that is your view and your municipality stance, it means you couldn't do anything from since 2012. That's actually the end of the matter. Is that correct? You
Chair.
can't do anything else now.
If you check item number 8, we are indicating that between the year 2004 and 2012, the municipality was paying overtime to its employees based on the policy. And the policy is a legal document that was approved.
No, ma'am, just listen to the question. You said it's not working backwards. So now it's not covered by 2012, you agree? Okay?
Yes.
That means his claim, that is the end of his claim, because it's not covered by any resolution. The 2004 to 2008 claim.
2008.
Right. Now the matter is over. You can't do anything else for him anymore from 2012. Is that correct?
Not from 2012.
No, listen. From 2012, you can't do anything about the 2004, 2008 claim.
Yes.
You agree? Yes. Right. Now, in the petition documents that were submitted to us, there was a further memo of 2016. Are you aware of that?
Come again?
There was a memo of 2016.
As annexure?
6 December 2016. No, it's not attached to your documents.
Okay.
It was submitted to us by the petitioner.
Okay.
It's an internal memo, and I'm not sure, maybe because that was submitted at the hearing. If the mayor was here, she would have had the copies, but be that as it may. It's internal memorandum. I'm not sure, Chair, if there's a hard copy. This was obviously part of the petition documents.
Referring to the one that the municipal manager approved it.
Yes.
Yes, I have the copy of it now. I will still want to come to that. Yeah.
Chairperson, maybe through you, the honorable member indicated, and it was a nice statement to say we are not in the court of law, because the reason for us being here is to amicably resolve this problem. So it will be.
Can I, what did you say?
I was saying the honorable mayor has said something very nice earlier to say we are not. The honorable member said to me, I'm not trying to get to you, we are not in court. I'm quoting what the honorable member has said.
Yes, you are not in court, but they will actually be appearing before the standing committee, which honorable members have the right also to question you.
No, what I was trying to say, maybe, Chair, if you allowed me, maybe you allowed me to finish my statement, was to say, if there is a document, Chair, that you see to it that it will assist us to refer, maybe we can be furnished with it. That's what I wanted to say, so that we cannot mislead this committee. If you're having a document that you think it will assist, we will request that it be furnished to us, because it will be unfair, Chair, if we can be referred to 2016. Hence, I was saying,
Sorry, maybe if you didn't interrupt me, you would have heard. That's exactly what I've asked the chairperson to do. So maybe just listen, and then we can go. I'm not trying to catch you out, but we are trying to get to the facts of it. I've asked the chairperson if he can make a copy available, and that's exactly what he said. Right, do you have the document in front of you? Chair, may we furnish them with a copy of that letter, of the memo? Chair, can we maybe furnish them with a copy of yours, just to show them? It's a two-page, it's a one-pager actually.
No, it's actually the 2 pages of
Yes.
memo. I will request them to make copies for them. Can you, and this copy, it was 2017, which the acting municipal manager then approved the payment of these 2 officials, and Mr. Matodzi was amongst them. That was 2017. This one is 2017.
May 2017.
Yeah, May 2017. 15 May 2017, which means now, once this memo was also covered by the resolution that was actually, yes, yeah. You agree with it. Can they make a copy for that, so that you should be able to see what we are talking about?
So if it's 2017, Chair, then it was covered by the 2012 Council resolution. Thank you.
Yes, that's why we wanted to bring that to your attention to say the accounting officer by then in 2017 approved the payment for them. There's these two officials, and Mr. Matodzi is amongst them. That's the copy that I said they must actually make a copy for you, so that you should be able to see it, so that whatever that we are discussing, we also have the documents that we are also having.
Yes, it will be fair to Chairperson so that we can be able to analyze what was approved then. Thank you.
I might proceed then. So the one I'm referring to is actually 2016, and I know about the 2017 one as well. And I'm just going to take you through, I know it's not in front of you, but this is an internal memorandum to the acting municipal manager by the office of the executive mayor. Can I accept you were not the mayor at the time? It was someone else, it's your predecessor. And they were fully within their right to make decision at the time. And then it said, during a meeting on 11 August between acting MM, CFO, acting general manager, executive mayor, acting general manager, and appeared to the executive mayor, it was resolved that corporate services will further handle the matter. And then the recommendations is as follows. Acting general manager with comments approved, 9 December 2016. Comments by AGM Corporate Services, payments to be made as approved, 9 December 2024, 16. Now, if this was really the end of the matter in 2012, why would your predecessors do something like that as well as the 2017 and say we must pay them? Because now all the arguments about the 50% is long gone. You've made a decision and you only rescind on your own version this resolution of 2012 in 2024. And again, I'm not about the legality and irregular expenditure. That's something that, as the chair correctly stated, there are ways to get past those irregular expenditures, declare it and so on. I'm not there yet. I'm only at the facts. So my question is, if the mayor, municipal manager, all the predecessors in your positions approved it in 2016, why don't you guys pay? And I'm not saying legally you must pay or not pay. I'm just asking on this document.
Chair, I think when the executive mayor was putting a statement, and the very same question to say, if it was approved, then would it, and paid, then it wouldn't be here. So, because I don't have a document with me, I'm just talking from assumption, Chair.
No, we'll share it with you.
Yes, I'm just making an assumption, Chair, that everyone knows that misleading council or doing any regular expenditure, you will then be held accountable. So I'm just assuming that whoever then approved, yes, that and failed to implement then, maybe after that approval, the person might have realized that this was wrongly approved, hence it was not implemented. Because when the executive mayor was indicating to saying her predecessor that were then, remember we're talking 2004, 2008 issue.
No, we don't want to come to those technicalities, ma'am. And you know, I will give you an opportunity. You know, we don't want to get into technicalities. We are talking about facts, and part of our responsibility is to mediate with facts. Now here, at this case, you know, we are talking about an accounting officer, an acting municipal manager by then, which I don't think council feel he was up, because acting municipal managers are actually appointed by council. Do you agree with me? And council felt that this person is very competent to be an acting accounting officer during that time. Now, you can't come here and tell us that, no, now because this brings technicalities, if person was misleading council, that person was acting based on the resolution that was taken by council in 2012.
Read this memo, then I'll respond. The reason why, if it was approved, it was not paid. Allow me, Chair.
There is another one that is still coming. This one is 2017 that we are having. Look at the date.
It is 2017 May, yes.
Yeah, there is another one of 2016. Both of them confirming and giving approval for the payment.
Chair,
They are going to make a copy for you.
yes, then we'll read them and look into the resolution and just make a comparison whether what was happening. You will give us chance, Chair. Thank you.
Honorable Selani, sorry about that. I will come back to you, Honorable Mansman.
Let me come on that procedural aspect. You know, from my little understanding, where I was taught about the administration, is that those that even came before you, if they've left certain decisions, those decisions usually bind you. And I will humbly appeal to the mayor and her entourage that anything that we are discussing about municipality, whether it's the resolution of 2010, when they are here, they are representing a municipality, and we've got a reasonable belief that they've got the knowledge of every document or of every decision, whether that decision was not taken by them or was taken by them. Our reasonable belief is that for the fact that they are leadership at this point in time, it means that they are responsible for every document, every decision that in actual fact falls within their scope of duties in that particular municipality. What we must avoid at this point in time is a situation where we play blame games as if, and therefore subject this thing as an argument where we think that those that were there in a municipality taking decision were wrong, and therefore, and these excuses that we are getting. I do not think that our point of departure should be that if there is any document which the municipality have or do not have, it's something that they should play blame game. And I'm speaking this because the mayor must know that in her absence, the officials were so arrogant to an extent that they've demonstrated their own abilities that at no point in time they've got any intention of paying the money. And what we are interested today was whether the municipality at this, are they prepared to pay the money because they know the case of Mr. Matodzi. That's what we're interested in. But because we wanted to take them through and to question them, in the process of examining or questioning, it can't be right to say no, because there was document in 2016, 2010, and the officials want to abdicate their own responsibility. Listen at the MM when he was responding before he could speak about these things. These people already are adamant. They're adamant, they're convinced that at no point in time that they can pay Mr. In fact, to us, in fact, to them, we are wasting their time. Because at the end of this meeting, they're not going to do anything in terms of payment. The circus that in actual fact they want to promote in this meeting was just to take us back and forth, because we know that they've got all those documents. The former mayors have approved, like what you are saying. We are giving them to add. We are giving them those documents well aware, because they are aware, it's just they are ignorant. The document of 6, there is no way in which the document of 16 they are not aware of. Even if they were not aware, but it's the document of the municipality, administratively they must take responsibility. Even if they are not aware of the document of 2017, administratively they are aware. They must take that responsibility. It can't be that they want to take decision on process that in actual fact they are only interested on. So my order was on that basis to say, when we discuss these things, they must know that whatever decision that has been taken from 2010, it is their responsibility, and they can't say, no, we are not aware, no, on the basis of ignorance. Thank you.
No, this is my meeting and I'm chairing it. Now that you have the documents of 2016, now that you also have the documents of 2017, Mayor, do you have them? 2016. Yes. And you know, we don't want a situation where you want to come with technicalities to say, no, whether the acting municipal manager by that time, for the mere fact that he was acting or the person was an accounting officer, he took the decision on behalf of the institution. And all those things that we are referring to, you just referred us to the council resolution of 2012. So you said we must give you time just to look into the documents. I'm not sure whether you need 5 minutes to go and caucus based on the documents, or you already have a position based on the. Oh, okay, I've noticed. Let me just get an indication first from them.
Can you respond? Can I respond?
We wanted to, honorable members wanted to take a bite before you respond.
I think we're going to spend days, hours discussing something that we
No, Mike.
discussing. We'll be discussing this matter for a long time. So, as Honorable Chair Salam has said, I don't have much questions. What I wanted to know to the municipality right now is are they going to pay Mr. Matodzi now? Simple as that. Because what is nice is that all of them, they have acknowledged that Mr. Matodzi has worked. Mr. Matodzi has worked. What we want here is for Mr. Matodzi to be paid. So we are going to discuss, it was not me, it was the former mayor, it was whoever, anyone can say whatever. But at the end of the day, as the mayor or as a leader, the minute you enter your office, then you take all the responsibility, it's yours. The simple thing that we want to know that Mr. Matodzi wants, it's money. All other things we are going to discuss, the processes and all these things of whatever, but still it's a problem. And my worry is the integrity of the municipality. And the Matodzi's family, the community members, the integrity of the municipality. I mean, really, even if it's you, Honorable Mayor, if something like this that happens to you, that happens to Mr. Matodzi, I don't think you are going to sit back. You are going to do the same thing that Mr. Matodzi is doing. So you have papers with you that shows that twice this thing, it has been approved. So that is why I'm saying, my question now is, are you prepared to pay Mr. Matodzi or what? If not so, why? Thank you.
Honorable Sipuru, then you'll follow Honorable Max. Yeah, give him the mic, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Is it on?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Executive Mayor has acknowledged that indeed Mr. Matodzi, she witnessed her working overtime. When in 2012, the council resolved to rescind the 30% limit. Obviously, it was based on the fact that the people that were put in bracket, including the chauffeurs, were entitled to a payment of more than 30%. Now, I thought we are here to assist one another. And if the executive mayor is convinced, she would then acknowledge and say, we are prepared to pay Mr. Matodzi, or we can meet him halfway. The 2016 memo is clear. It covers you, executive mayor, on issues of the AG, if you want to avoid those expenditures. You can sit down, write some sort of a report or memo, approve and pay Mr. Matodzi. What is it that is difficult for the executive mayor to understand here? Because we are speaking of a memo that was approved. This covers you. Why can't we settle or meet Mr. Matodzi halfway? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, Chair, so from my side, just to conclude, one, the amount of 345,000 rand, 10, 12, 14 years is not in dispute. You don't have anything else to show this committee that the resolutions or the decisions taken in 2016 and 2017 by your predecessors were not rescinded. The only thing that we see today is that a current leadership say, we don't care about what our predecessors did. It's 6, 7 years later, we will not pay. That's the only thing I'm hearing. Now, our view, and that's why I said, we're not a court of law. We cannot sit here and say, we order you to pay. That's not our job. But I would implore on you to reconsider. Mayor, you must please listen and not have a side caucus. Because, Chair, I need to say that the arrogance displayed by the current leadership, first of all, you don't appear, then you make an apology, you don't say even why did you not appear. Then you come today, technical arguments, arguing against facts. I said, we don't want to go into the legalities yet, we are only on facts. And each time I'm referring to a fact, your colleagues here say, yeah, I make an assumption, this is what's happening, assumptions. It's clear that you do not want to pay. But it seems that you do not have legal grounds not to pay. Because you don't say why these recommendations by your predecessor. And that's why I'm saying, we would implore on you, at least from my side, to reconsider this arrogant stance by this municipality. Remember, we are live on TV. or YouTube or whatever social streams the legislature are sharing this. And it shows your arrogance, that you are unwilling to execute your own internal memos where your municipality said, we are going to pay this gentleman. It's not us as the committee saying you must pay. We are asking you, why are you so arrogant to say you're not going to pay your own recommendations, your own approvals? And you must answer that to all the viewers outside and say, why are this mayor so arrogant? Showing the finger to this committee in the first place, say you will not appear in front of us for 3 consecutive times, and then arrogantly today say, also I'm not even going to listen and agree to our own recommendations. So I would strongly implore on you, reconsider your stance, maybe ask our committee to stand down, consider it with your colleagues, and at least suggest that you go back to your current council and make a proposal to your current council as to how this can be resolved. Let's try and mediate this matter. Offer him X and say, this is what we offer you. But to say 0 with what we see now, it's not bona fide. It is not good governance. And we cannot accept it. And as I said, we're not a court of law. We cannot make order. But we really need to stress on you that you are currently not showing leadership to your municipality. And there's other avenues available for Mr. Matodzi. If you go and look at our live stream previously, there's the public protector. All these things that you are referring to is not applicable to the public protector. If they see your arrogant stance, they will take it differently. And they got remedial actions we don't have. So I would strongly implore on you to rather see how can you give a handshake to Mr. Matodzi before he follows those routes. And remember, your criminal charges are still pending as well. We're not going to leave you.
Maybe just to come in as the chair, and I will give you an opportunity, Executive Mayor, to speak. Now, the consistency of facts here shows that indeed your predecessors wanted Mr. Matodzi to be paid. And we are talking about facts. The memos you spoke about the council resolution of 2012. And we are not here to question whether the capability of your predecessors. And I think where we are sitting, those decisions were actually based on the resolution of 2012 that was actually taken by council. Now, and it's not, what we are saying is it's not misleading to say everyone is going to come and this memo speaks specifically about Mr. Matodzi and Mr. Maboko. It doesn't actually refer to other people. And the petitioner who's appeared before the standing committee now, it's Mr. Matodzi. We're actually referring to Mr. Matodzi. And we are saying, based on the facts and the memos that comes from your institution, can't you reconsider your stand? Can't you reconsider your stand, or Executive Mayor, on the basis that there are memos and you can't give us anything else contrary to what we are having now? And if you don't have solutions, you are supposed to say no, rather than blindly refusing to say no, I understand you, you have facts, can I then take this matter to council? And this is what we are going to propose to council. Rather than being arrogant with that stance to say, no, we are not going to. And this is how you treat our people. This is how, and like honorable members have said, it's live. Your people from your district are actually listening to this. They're actually on your live and they are saying, but how can you really treat your employees like this? Can't you reconsider your decision? We understand the technicalities of irregular expenditure. There are ways to deal with that. There are ways. And like I've said, there are people here sitting here, they have been in legislature for many years. There are people who have served in various councils before. I was the executive mayor before I joined the legislature. I understand how to deal with issues of irregular expenditure. I've been getting clean audits 3 consecutive terms. So if you know your story, it's easy how to handle all these issues. Let's not use technicalities to disadvantage our people. I thought I would give them, Honorable Machete, I did not give you an opportunity, and I will give them an opportunity to speak on.
No, thanks, Machete, member of this committee. I just want to flow from the proposal you made, whether that proposal may not cover some of the responses that she wants to give. Because you then proposed whether they may want to have some form of a session themselves. And part of the issues as raised may also find expression in that regard. So I'm saying instead of responding in all the things that we have said now, that they be given that opportunity. And when they come back, then we'll then have to take them head on. That's the proposal. I'm seconding that proposal.
Yeah, can we then break for 30 minutes, or is it a lot just to have lunch and for 30 minutes and come back? For sure, you'll have an ample time also to consult, whatever, and so that you are able also to come back and give us feedback. Can we then break for 30 minutes? Yeah,
Chair.
we're going to eat lunch.
Sorry, Chair,
Executive Mayor.
with due apology,
Okay.
can you give us 5 minutes, because today we have got caucus and council, but caucus, it's fine, council at 2 o'clock. There are important issues that we must deal with in council. With due apology, Honorable.
No, we can give you that 5 minutes.
Okay,
and
thanks.
come back. That's fine.
Thank you so
Then
much.
we can have our lunch after that 5 minutes.
ready, Chair.
Are you ready? Honorable members, I think the executive mayor, together with her team, they are now back. We can also get the feedback from the executive mayor.
Thank you once more, Chair. We have heard about all the inputs, and we have also received the 2 documents here. We humbly request the chair, through you, Chairperson, and the honorable committee members to give us time so that we go back and we'll prepare a full report looking at everything, so that our report must talk to what you have gave us. All the proposals that you have mentioned a proposal. Let us give us an opportunity to go back and have a report.
Executive Mayor, I'm hearing you, but yourself as the political head of the institution, based on the facts that are here, because for me, you are not saying anything. And for me, you are saying, no, you have documents, and these are the only documents that we gave you, and there's no any other documents that contradicts what we gave you. I thought as the political head, you should actually have your own observation now to say, no, and you could also make commitments where I'm sitting to say what should be the way to go from here, rather than saying you still want to respond to us formally. For me, really, I'm not convinced as the chair, but we want commitment from you. How do you think this matter can be resolved?
Thank you, Chair. One committee member said that there's no vacuum. Of course, there's no vacuum. But as a mayor, you were once a mayor, you have mentioned it, and I know that we don't deal with memos. The important decision-making body, it's council. Hence, I was saying that give us an opportunity. One can write a memo, sometimes misleading memos, but we must go back and check all the documents. Also, if there is a council resolution speaking to these memos, because we know of a council resolution that was taken out August 2012, covering all our employers who were working overtime, especially those that I have mentioned. They are covered. From 2012 to 2020, our petitioner is covered up until he resigned. But the issue that is at stake, it's 24 up to 2008. So where I've mentioned, I won't repeat it. So we need to look at all the nitty-gritty so that we are sympathetic also. He is a parent. I'm also a parent. And if there are issues, we need to check everything. But seated here, Chairperson, memos cannot assist us seated here. But if we can go back and look at all the avenues and the proposal that we have mentioned, then maybe we'll come up. I don't know, but if we take a decision that is not informed by council resolutions, then as an executive mayor, I'll be found wanting. Because I'm not working alone, we've got councillors, we've got unions who have got also interest. There is the Auditor General also. If the decision that we take is not covered anywhere, then I'll be found wanting as the executive mayor. That is why I said, give us an opportunity to go back and at least check on everything and write a report.
Executive Mayor, that's why I was saying to you, you don't say to us to say, no, we, the mayoral committee, it's chaired by the executive mayor. You don't say to me, I'm going to convene the mayoral committee because those powers lies with you. You can call a special mayoral committee to deal with this matter with the facts that are there in front of you. And ultimately then engage with your political management team and you write a report that goes to council based on, you are not saying that, you are saying no, you go back, you don't even give timelines, and like I'm saying, we should not be technical on issues that really, because that affect our people. And I think where you are sitting, you acknowledge that Mr. Matodzi has worked, and here we are not even talking about these other people. We are talking about the petitioner here. Is Mr. Matodzi, who wrote to this standing committee, and the issue that we are dealing with is not about other people. It's about Mr. Matodzi. And you don't give us timelines. You are not saying, and at least we could also get a sense of how you want to handle as a political head. I understand, administrators sometimes they would also want to advise you, and sometimes even the advices might not be proper. No. Let's. No, honorable member, you also protect. Can you allow me to finish? So we don't want a situation where a petitioner suffers on the basis of the politics in the institution. We don't want that. We want this matter to be dealt with facts that are there. And we are saying, you don't give us timelines. You don't say anything. You are saying, no, we'll then go and look into it. We don't want this matter to drag for another year or 2 years, because for me, I think honorable members, unless if I could not get here, because that's what I'm getting from the executive mayor, because for me, there is no commitment with timelines. Honorable Machete.
I had thought that from the position of the executive mayor, we would be able to get a sense in terms of how we're resolving the matter. And I think part of the issues as raised should be covered in terms of if there's a report that needs to be finished or be crafted and be submitted for consideration. But we must be mindful of the fact that as seated here, we thought that once we reopen this session, we would be able to have a way forward in terms of how to deal with the issue as reported. It is our view that this meeting should be able to speak to conclusion in terms of how to deal with that matter. And from the presentation, it is still going to take us long, but we must also indicate that from our side as a committee, we would want that matter to be resolved. And we would urge the mayor, as the executive mayor, to lead in the resolution of the matter. The issue of, as the chair correctly said, if we say, can you commit yourself in terms of the way forward in terms of what is going to be done? Because we would not in any way would want that matter to delay up until the end of August. We will not appreciate that. That will not appreciate. So if you say, and I'm saying this in the context that we have been very, very kind to the office of the mayor. Hence, you are here today after such invitations which were not honored, which we understood. It's fine. But now that you are here, you are an authority. We can't go to, when we want to go to Johannesburg, when we are here, go to Zanin and Pasi and still go to Johannesburg. You are an authority. We must have an assurance that this matter will be resolved. Unless if you would want the committee to dictate in terms of the process, when shall the mayoral committee meet, when the PMT, and also direct when the council must meet, which is not the area that we would want to zoom into. But we had hoped in you that this matter, in your presence, would be able to have a way forward. And I think that is what we still believe, that will take us into confidence and we are able to deal with the matter in the interest of all of us. And I believe we can be able to reach that stage. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable Max,
I was the second person supposed to speak. Thank you. Honorable Mayor, your worship councillor, your officials, they came here, they demonstrated their capacity not to pay Mr. Matodzi. Secondly, arrogantly, they came here to tell us about technicalities of what they know and on what they do not know. And today, sitting here, we as the committee, standing committee, not just a committee, a standing committee, because we even discuss not only matters of municipality, even of the provincial government. We still believe, hence we wanted you to be here. We still believe that you have got the capacity to resolve this particular matter. And our plea with you, in actual fact, in this meeting, we wanted you, not any other official. Officials have got the potential to lie. I still repeat, to the MEC, they've got the potential to lie to the mayors. It's not new that we are handling this kind of a matter. But because you have got the capacity, you have been elected by the people to lead the institution. And our understanding is that you are going to represent the people. The issue of irregular expenditure, we just see it. Irregular expenditure cannot just be done because we wanted to fix papers so that the HG must see that, no, we are doing well for the purpose of clean audit. Our interest is to be on the side of the people and assist our people so that they can get better services. And that's what we are here. But because today you are here, we are interested, of course, in terms of the time frame within which this matter can be resolved. And the next time, because we have even see that you can respond to matters, the official must not come to our meeting and undermine us. We are not their friends, where they go to council and take advantage of council members. We are not in a council meeting. We are a legislature with authority. That is why we are a standing committee for petitions. We are here with you because we know that you have been elected. We are also being elected. But at the same time, we want to ensure that those that have elected us, their powers are not being abused by these administrators, officials. Because officials have got the pot. That is why this Petition Act was established. If the officials were not abusing the rights of our people, the Petition Act was not supposed to be established. Now this Petition Act is being established. We are here on behalf of the very same people whom their rights have been abused. And in conclusion, Chair, I want to go in line with what yourself and Honorable Machete said. Let's get commitment. How far or when should we get a response? Because out of the letter that we already gave to you, it clearly shows that all the mayors that came before you, I cannot say some of those mayors that came before you, they demonstrated their intention to pay. And it can be correct in this particular information that somebody comes and wants to mislead you as the executive mayor. Because the arrogance that is displayed, that was displayed in the previous meeting, surely it has got the propensity of degenerating your office. And by look of things, if these letters are saying, no, this Mr. Matodzi must be paid, why are we not, for example, paying? Yes, of course, we are going to look into the matter, but the fact remains is that directives have been issued that the old men need to be paid. And we are dealing with something in black and white, which is on front of your table. Why are we denying something that has been resolved before? That is why, at a particular point, our honorable members, they can arguably say that there is a sense of arrogance. There is a sense of arrogance which you can extract from the officials in the municipality. We are meeting you for the first time. After we have wrote to you several letters which prompted us also to act otherwise. But Ngebelo already know you a year before. Imagine there was an old man sitting where you are. She came here and said, no, I'm sent by the executive mayor. We asked, where is the executive mayor? They said the executive mayor is going to attend the IDP. We even further said that where is the appointment letter to show that, no, you are appointed by the executive mayor? None, dololo. We said to her, go. We want to deal with the matter. And I understand that you have apologized before. This matter is simple. It's simple. Put your foot on the ground. The administrators must not influence us otherwise. We must tell them they are here to work. Rena, yes, of course, will be leaving. One other are going to remain because they are employed on the basis of their qualification. Rena were here by show of hands who are elected by the majority of our people. That is why we are given this power. We will do anything possible to defend our right. And to defend our right, it means that when they come to us and say, please, executive mayor, can you assist us on this? These administrators, because they want just clean audit for them to be fine, it's fine for them. And in this meeting, I'm happy because you can respond to anything. They can stand there and keep quiet. We want answers from you. Because this is not their meeting. It's our meeting. So, can you please assist us? Give us the time frame. We hear you that we are going to, we don't want to prolong the matter. Make our job simple. Mr. Matodzi is here. There were those letters that confirm that you must pay him. Why are we not paying him? That council is a council of politicians. It's a political structure. We must not have the sense that somebody in that municipality has got an intention to undermine your authority. If they've got a tendency, because part of the reason in society, there is corrupt element, where people just come and confuse mayors in South Africa, in the whole South Africa, it must not happen in Vembe. You must put your foot on the ground. We must never allow officials to undermine and even give us vague reasons that will also compromise us. It's not about them, it's about our people. So please, Chair, let's get the time frame. Let's see the commitment so that the old men can also be released. Those 2 letters justify everything that we can think of. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mayor, our leader. I still repeat, actually, it was a favor to allow the official to be part of this meeting, because usually we work with the political head. We don't work with officials. We don't undermine them, but usually we deal with, the reason we want political head, we want people that will come and take decisions. Because at the end of the day, you are elected by the people. So, Honorable Mayor, I don't know, sometimes we speak, then people are smiling, it's like they're not taking us serious. So, it looks like maybe we are playing. And the same thing, it will happen to you one day. Now I still insist on Honorable Mayor, are you going to pay Mr. Matodzi or what? Because I hear you say you need to be given time to go back and write a report. It's not about the report. As the chair have said that we have all the information. If maybe the office didn't give you whatever information that they have is something else. So what we want to hear from the mayor, your commitment. You can write a report, you can say whatever, you can go wherever, but at the end of the day, as the political head, mayor, are you going to pay Mr. Matodzi or what? So that we need to know, because we'll wait for the report, then it will be something else, then we can still sit down, then after the report, go and discuss the report. The issue here is about the payment. Are you ready? Do you see Mr. Matodzi being paid or what? If not so, remember, we are on air. Even people out there, they are listening and they are looking. So this is one thing that we want to know. So the other thing that we are asking from you, we can see that you are very much impatient because of other commitment that we have. I mean, this is also very important, Honorable Mayor. This is also very important. And as the committee, we are not going to be given time to finish by anybody. We are going to deal with this matter until we are all satisfied. Then we'll release you. Thank you very much.
Maybe just to give you the process of when we get the petition. Once the petitioner wrote to us, Executive Mayor, what we do as a committee, we refer the matter to the relevant institution, and in this case, it was your municipality. And I'm not sure whether have you seen the response from the municipal manager, because he's the one who signed the report, who responded to us. If I may, have you seen it? You have not seen it. Yeah, and For the mere fact that you have not seen that report, you will not even understand the arrogancy in the content of that report. You will not even understand the role that plays by the administrators. And what we would want to, as the committee, like we then said, we even advise some of the MECs, the administrators must not write to the politicians without you co-signing the report. Because it's very important, because you must take ownership of the report. From the report that we have, which is actually a response from your institution, they have not done justice to the issue of Mr. Matodzi. And listening to what you said, and maybe even the advice that they gave you, I don't think they will also do justice in making sure that they attend to the issue of Mr. Matodzi. And I want to give you a typical example, because they thought maybe Mr. Matodzi would want to go to labor court, so that, knowing he's an old man, they could use the municipal funds to frustrate him, because he can't afford to go to labor court. I'm giving, maybe they must give you a copy of the report. They actually bring technicalities so that they should frustrate the old man. And yourselves, you have also confirmed that the old man has actually worked, and because as a political head, you understand the work that is actually done by these chauffeurs or drivers, whatever that you call them, and the protocol officers. Your administrators have not looked, the reason why I said they have not done their work, they don't even have those internal memos. And when you came back, part of your response, maybe you will sign later, Mayor, you must concentrate on what I'm saying now. That one is not necessary. They can give it to you, they can later on, and you can sign. Once they are telling you that internal memos are not important and therefore it can be used as something else, me and you knows very well that if they had to make payments, they use internal memos to make those payments. And in this case, those internal memos that we just gave copies of, they should have been used to pay Mr. Matodzi. They know you don't get a formal letter that goes to CFO to say make payments. They are using memos. They must not mislead you. If these memos are there, why this person Mr. Matodzi could have been paid long ago. Now I thought when they actually caucusing with you, they will tell you something better that could also assist this committee to resolve the issue. Now part of the response is that these are internal memos. Yes, our internal memos and are binding because they have been signed by the person with authority, who is the accounting officer there. And this is the process that has been used internally, even if we want to make payment. They must not come here and speak to us as if we know nothing about local government. We've got more experience, even better than them, because we have been in local government for many years. They can't mislead us, and we will not allow them to mislead you. So what we are saying is that we want commitment, Mayor. We want commitment, and we must speak with authority on how this matter is going to be resolved. There are letters that confirms that from the accounting officer, you have them, they don't have anything else except the letters that we gave you. So you need to speak to those letters. We understand the issue of council. They will have, maybe because if we don't actually, we will have to engage them. The council will proceed if it's correcting, because of course you know that we have received our invitation, the subpoena, even because we had to subpoena you for the third time to come and appear before this standing committee. So if that council had to proceed without you, it can proceed without you. Because if they need somebody, you could delegate somebody to act on your behalf. The speaker for sure might be part of that council meeting. They don't have to appoint the speaker of the council. But let's engage and also have commitment. We will not actually, because the petitioner has been here from time to time when we invite him to attend this meeting. And we will not want, because we have been here spending time and we are not here. All of us, we've got commitments, we've got other responsibilities to do. But we can't get such a lousy response that also undermines as if we don't understand our responsibility as the committee. Can we get commitment, Mayor?
Thank you, Chair. As the executive mayor, I know that I've got authority, but this committee, with humble apology, must know that I'm not working as an individual. The council is the highest decision-making body. So, as you have already said, I must engage with mayoral committee members, and I'm committing that this matter must not prolong. A month time, on the 7th of August, I think we'll have finished with whatever I want to do. Because I seated here, really, I cannot say what Honorable is saying. Ke kgomo ya moshate, wa irisa inando, wa itshika inando. So I've noted everything that you have said. So give me an opportunity, and thanks once more for having agreed on subpoenaing me for the second time, because these other meetings, I don't know what happened, Chair. I didn't get the letters, except the one that I've sent the delegation, the acting mayor, and I apologize once more, and I won't do that again. So I think that one, we have resolved it, and I'm committing again to come to this committee. There's no one who will say something to me, because I know why I am there, and I know what must I use as the executive mayor of that district. And I've stated clearly that I'm guided by the legislative framework. But one of the proposals, I've noted everything, so give me that opportunity. The 7th of August, if you agree, but it must not prolong up after a month's time. Because you, Mr. Matodzi, also want closure as a human being. So I won't respond to some of the issues that have been mentioned, but I'm committing to go and check at all the avenues, because I'm an individual, and council is there to assist with issues of the institution.
Executive Mayor, we normally, when somebody is subpoenaed to a meeting, those letters are actually signed by me. And there are processes. We actually followed Section 10 of the Petitions Act to the letter. So I'm not speaking about, I'm speaking because I know I can also give you the copies of the letters and somebody who has actually signed on your behalf in your office. So if your office is not organized, it can be our responsibility. But these are the letters, and this was for the 3rd time when we actually subpoenaed you to this meeting. I have proof of what, and I wouldn't want, because this thing is live. Our intention is not to antagonize people, but equally we want we want the respondent also to respect the committee. Before we can subpoena you, you must know that there was an invitation that was also sent to you. If you did not honor the invitation, you will then have to make sure that we invoke Section 10 of the Petitions Act. And that's exactly that we have done. So I have those copies of letters, and I know when have we subpoenaed you to this meeting. But like we have said that, we then said, no, and that was actually our proposal to you to say, give us time frames on how we are going to resolve these matters. But you can't say, no, let me go back and come back. So we want to know, when are you coming back? When do we anticipate to have a response? And sitting where we are sitting, we know that the mayoral committee is actually chaired by yourself as the executive mayor. Then you could even talk to your PMT, your political management team, to say there is a matter that is actually, that I was even subpoenaed before the Standing Committee on Public Participation and Petition. And these are the facts of the case, you know. Even when you go to your mayoral committee, it should be informed, because some of these things, they also need political decisions, looking into the facts that are there. Yes, we know that administrators are there to assist you, but administrators must also do their part. If they are unable to do their part, they can't even provide you with information. Their information is very selective. It's actually disturbing. Like I've said to you, there's a report that we have just received from them, and unfortunately, we have not seen the report. And I mean, as executive mayor, once people write to a standing committee, which consists of political members, I mean, they have been elected people, you must say, no, I need to see that report, and I must sign off the report. That report can't just go there and embarrass me as a political head of the institution. Now, if you are not aware of the report and you are here, they have not briefed you, they should have said to you, Executive Mayor, we are going to meet with this committee. Let us take you through the report that we have submitted to that committee. And it's their responsibility also to advise you and advise you properly. But it's not for us to come here and teach them what they must do, because they should be the technocrats that really understand what they're supposed to do. But we are taking your issue to say, no, we should actually have a response by the 7th. But we are just raising these things so that you must know that these are the facts, and that's the reason why we have given you those. Then we are not even saying, no, take decisions that you know that they are unlawful. But these are decisions based on facts, on the letters that are there. The only issue that I have a problem with you in your first response was to say, no, these are internal memos. They know very well that even if they want to make payment, those things are informed by internal memos, which are done by them. It's not a new thing. And that's the process that is actually happening within the 27 municipalities in this province. It's not a new thing. They must not tell us as if we know nothing about the processes of local municipalities or local government. It's very wrong of them. But we are saying to you, now we are taking that we should get the response by the 7th of August. You then have to go and deal with these matters and process it on how you should process it, you know very well, so that Mr. Matodzi must know as a petitioner or how this matter has been handled. But please pay attention to the memos that we gave you. It's not about individuals there, it's about Mr. Matodzi and, but here our interest is on the petitioner, because we will not actually speak on behalf of the other person. We are speaking on behalf of Mr. Matodzi because he's the one that wrote the petitions to us. So I think we can then release the executive mayor. The,
committee to say, I'm done with what that I was supposed to do. Now, it is like we are still going back, waiting for 7th of August to come and sit down again, talk about the report, that are they going to pay or not pay. So that is why we say commitment is the key. It is the key. So that is why I'm saying the 7th of August, the mayor, the office of the mayor, they didn't give the mayor information and all these things, you know, then they're still going to sit down and do the report. And then the report that we are still going to sit here, call Mr. Matodzi again, that we are still going to debate about it. I don't know, honorable members.
The understanding is that now that the authority is here, the executive mayor will have to take into consideration deficiencies that we have identified. Because if letters are brought into office, there's a record and we are not given, there's a report written, we are not given, that is not good for the office of the mayor. There must be an improvement there. So that when you come on the 7th, our expectation will not be that we are going to debate the report. Our expectation will be that central to that would be the issue of how far we have intervened in resolving the matter. That's what we want on the 7th. And you will have time from now up until the 7th to engage through your internal processes. But when we meet on the 7th, it is our understanding that we are going to say, this is how the matter has been resolved. Taking into consideration that we'll be meeting for the 4th or 5th time on the same matter. And as the chair has alluded, Mr. Matodzi has always been here. And I think we should, as you correctly said, he must find a closure. And that closure must be on the 7th. And I believe that you will go and follow those processes, and on the 7th we are able to get that report, we are able to close the matter. Thanks, Chair, and thanks, Executive Mayor.
I'm in agreement with honorable members, but at the same time to say, there's also nothing that stops you, Mr. Matodzi, also to invite him, maybe either in your processes, just also to get other facts from him, so that we are able also to resolve these issues, so that we should be able also to get a report on how the matter is being resolved. But I think the commitment that we are getting from the executive mayor is that by the 7th, the matter should have been actually resolved. We'll then have actually a detailed report on how the matter has been resolved. So and as and when maybe you then, I'm not sure how far is he staying from, even if you have to invite him, but make sure that you provide transport for him, so that, you know, he's an old man. He's now, because he's still, he's not working anymore. So you should consider those factors that he should be transported. We have actually been making sure that we cater for transport from time to time, even when you were not coming. You could understand what has actually caused what was also the financial implications for that on our side. But that might not be an issue for now. The issue is that as and when you invite him, you must consider as and when you have to resolve this thing, because I can assure you, with the facts that we have, he should have been paid, and you still also have those other documents. But by the 7th, we should actually have a complete report on how the matter has been resolved. And let's not use technicalities and other things just to frustrate an old man. He does not have money to go to labor court. That's why he opted for this committee to mediate between yourselves as a respondent and himself. And unfortunately, and that's the reason why we then said, we don't normally want to engage with officials like honorable members have said, because we understand. And you know why, yes, the reason why we have actually invited MEC for Coxstar, MEC for social development. In the church that I'm attending, they are also occupying very strategic positions, but they have actually respected, they have made commitments. Last year, December, Executive Mayor, there was an old man who appeared before the standing committee, or the old lady, or the old lady. And the MEC for Coxstar, because made commitment that, no, I will make sure, or by the end of December, this old woman, she has a house, and I will invite you when I'm handing over the house. And the MEC did exactly that. He invited the very same committee. The house was actually handed over to an old lady. The MEC for Education made a commitment to pay one of that lady who has not, they have owed her for many years. And she gave us timelines to say, well, I'm going to make sure that she gets paid by when. Because that was the reason why we had to invite political heads of institutions, because they can take decisions on behalf of institutions. We have invited the MEC for social development. She said, no, I will make sure, or by budget adjustment and the new financial year, these social workers that appeared here, that I will make sure that they are absorbed. And that has actually happened. And we are not talking about, I'm talking, me and you will understand in the church that we are attending, that there's MEC for social development. She's actually holding a very strategic position in that church. But she was sitting where we are seated now, and took a decision that this is what I'm committing to the standing committee. There are a number of them, I can quote them, and I had to quote this few. The mayor of Lepel appeared before, and she made a commitment to say, no, I will make sure this financial year, as a political head. And other mayors, they come here and made commitments to say, no, this is what I'm going to do. At some stage, they even overruled, said, no, we'll wait, administrators. I'm the political head, I'm giving the instruction, and this is what I'm committing to the committee. The MEC of Public Works appeared before, then got D 5,000. Yeah, then from your district, I said, no, because there were people that came from your district. Yeah, D5, I know the name of the D5,000. And the MEC said, no, I'm making commitment. In the next 2 weeks, I will make sure that we have re-gravelled the road. In the presence of the HOD and other senior managers, that was the MEC who made that commitment. And we then delegated Honorable Machete to be part of that team that went there in your district. I'm just giving you an example of those political heads of those departments and the municipalities who came and made commitments on behalf of their institution. We understand processes, but when you are a leader must have influence on how certain things must be done. But within the framework of the law, you know how to do that. We can't tell you how to do it. So you are released. You will then wait for the report by the 7th of next month. And we hope that the executive mayor will stamp the authority in making sure that justice is done on this matter. You are released then.
Life.